Good morning, Glue Troopers, and welcome back to the Tardis. First off, thanks to everybody who made the live stream yesterday. I appreciate how many people take time out of their busy days to join in on that. Also, for those who viewed it later, thanks for watching. I know a lot of you guys aren't available, and I really appreciate that so many of you guys show up and make time for it, and makes it worth doing. So I haven't had a chance to go back and read the comments section yet, but I will. And also, I thought that if I'm able to put one together next week, I forget what my schedule is offhand. I know they're not going to be a lot of them in February because I'm working the weekends, and I could possibly try to do it from the road when I had time off, but doing it from my phone with spotty hotel internet might turn out to be more trouble than it's worth. And it would strictly be just a straight up live stream. There wouldn't be any pictures or images or anything because I don't have any software on my phone to do that. It would strictly just be me talking into the phone, and if you guys think you'd like to give that a shot from some remote location, maybe I'll give it a stab, but I have to see, when I'm flying and when I'm at the hotel, and maybe give it a shot. We'll see. You guys tell me what you think. Well, the Prairie schooner and the little 1 to 90 scale kits are done, and these are when next time I go to Tallahassee, I'll give those to my buddy Wild Bill. I might add some reins to the Prairie schooner, but I'll have to find some pictures of how those are rigged up, because apparently, as I understand it, sometimes they, you drive them like a regular wagon, but also other times they would literally just be the man on the horse would be like a lead. He would basically tow them, and the oxen would just follow the horse, maybe with a rope. I have to look that up because there wasn't any instructions on that, nor on the art, and it wouldn't shock me if the oxen were just following the horse. But anyway, I rigged up the little one because I figured that was just kind of the way it should go. But before I do the big one, I want to get some sort of reference material. Speaking of reference material, I'm getting ready to do the airplane racers, and I'm going to do the two hawk kits, or hawk contesters, the GB and the Supermarine S6B first. I was going over the instructions, and these instructions are very simple because, well, the kits are pretty basic. But what I like is they give you these beautiful 3D drawings and everything. It's just, these are almost worth framing. And here's the incredibly detailed instructions for the GB. Great picture of it. Got the GB story. I learned a lot of aircraft history from reading the information on these books. And, here's the picture where they added a couple of feet of tail to it. This is the first picture I've noticed that has that extended tail on it, unless I haven't been paying attention, which, God forbid that should ever happen. I'm looking forward to getting started on that. And then when those are done, I plan to do the Williams Brothers Waddell Williams Racer. That's the plan right now. So we have another kind of overcast day. It won't be any RC flying or rocket flying today. But today, I'm not actually planning on doing much model building. Today is going to be dedicated towards research. I'm going to see if I can get I'm really falling behind on my research project, so I'm going to see if I can get the Estes video typed up and recorded, start working on the Aurora files, get that submitted to Andy for his approval. Be like an episode of the Twilight Zone. I send an email to Andy that starts off with, "Submitted for your approval." Then I also want to start maybe getting started on one or two more Aurora Files projects. I had forgotten that Andy had sent me some material on some gimmicks that Aurora had planned, or actually I think it fielded, like there was a photo vision or something where they put the little, you'd look inside the model to be like a slide in there, and you could see an interior that was just a picture, and a couple other gimmicks they tried, just try and get the models to sell. So I thought I had made that video, and I found the pictures and realized this is all I have. Where's the rest of the stuff? And then I realized that I hadn't actually ever gotten around to making the video. I was waiting to get more stuff in, and just with, I think I'm kind of overloading myself between all the videos, the model building, the research work, and everything else. And as you guys know, I'm a one banana show here. One banana, two banana, three. God, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, I figured that stuff just gets, as you can tell by looking around, and I'm not the most organized guy on earth. And sometimes I'll start a project and it'll just lose energy for some reason, and then I forget about it. And then months later come back, oh yeah, let's do that. So anyway, I spent, to give you an idea, I slipped gears. I spent about 5-10 minutes this morning looking for my coffee cup. I'd come in here and set it down to get the only open spot on the table while I got everything ready. And I want to get everything done before the coffee got cold, because I love my coffee. I couldn't find it. The little, oh, careful there, big boy. I couldn't find it because I had set it right behind my new paint stand, and it was perfectly camouflaged back there. And I'm running around the house looking for it. No, put it here. Where is it? And I'm thinking, what the heck? You know, and then I come back in here. Okay, slow down. You know, let's do an aerial recon of every tabletop. So I'm literally leaning over every table looking. Found it. Oh, speaking of which, carpet monster story. This will shock no one. This is pretty routine stuff. Yesterday, I'm taking the screws out in the house of the Estes rocket launcher, a little push button launcher to put the batteries in. Get the first screw out, no problem. I'm very careful because I know the carpet monster's down there. Rawr, 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 feed me. And just about, and sure enough, slip, and I see this little silver thing glint, bing, and of course, you're trying to track it with your eye, but it immediately gets away. It goes into stealth mode when it's about halfway on re-entry. And so I immediately back the chair up, shake off my clothes, check my shoes, make sure it didn't go down in my shoe or my pocket or on my clothes. So once I'm convinced it's on the floor, it's the standard pattern search, you know, and I'm rubbing my hand over it. I even take the other one and drop it right there where I can see it, so I know what it should look like, the whole smash, you know, and what it should feel like, and put the first one back. Finally, after a while, very well, screw it. You know, I'm wasting a lot of time. One screw will hold this thing together. And of course, I had my shoes off, and I think you guys are knowing where this is going at this point. And of course, the minute I give up and start to pull my chair and put my foot down, sure enough, my heel steps right on it. Got it, found ya. It had gone on the carpet, nose down, where only the top was showing. Of course, silver reflects everything, so it was just hiding. And I tried using a light to see if I could get it to glint and flash. It didn't, although I did find every piece of loose aluminum or tinsel or anything else shiny on the floor. It's just amazing. I mean, you could not make that happen if you tried. So, anyway, there's your funny carpet story for the day. You know, it just never stops. That is the reason I had put this tile here in the Tardis instead of, you know, obviously wouldn't carpet a shed, but I wanted a bright colored tile specifically to make parts easier to find. The only problem with a bright colored tile is eventually you're going to have a piece that's the same color as the tile drop down there. And a lot of it's peeling up now because it was the stick down stuff and these rolly chairs and everything, and age have had a lot of it peel up. But it's still, unless you have a solid, poured, painted, shiny white floor that you clean all the time to make sure it stays shiny white, you're always going to have trouble finding parts. And of course, then eventually the part you drop is going to be white. It's just, there's no escaping the carpet monster. I did design what kind of like an apron that would like hang around your waist and go out to the table like a parachute, you know, so we drop something, it would drop right in there. Basically a glorified big apron. Maybe I don't think there's enough market to actually sell something like that, but if any of you guys want to give it a shot, take that idea and run with it. I'll buy one. So, but it's like a lot of other great ideas. I go, oh, that's a great idea, and then I promptly forget about it. I forgot to mention, I finally got that piece of key removed from the Tardis door and found my spare key. So we are operational. You know, sometimes half the fun of these vintage kits is finding the old flyers that are inside. Well, that's about it. So Let me get to work getting this research done, start cranking a few videos out, and we will see you guys later. I want you guys to hope you certainly have a wonderful day, and model on. What's my chair backing into? Well, that was going to happen. Luckily, it was just some tools. That's a problem with having such a tight work area. Obviously, the back of your chair probably knocks over more anything. The back of the chair probably knocks over more things than anything else. And you tend to forget how in close proximity you are to things. Now I got to clean up that mess behind me. I didn't hear the sound of shattering glass, so it can't be that big a catastrophe. Yep, no big deal. Just that simple. That's what I get for leaving the trays open. That's how modelers insult each other. Close your tray. Coffee makes everything better. Submitted for your approval. A man who knows the effects of gravity on small parts is magnified whenever using them over carpet, yet insists on tempting fate, here in the Tardis zone.